Even though I do dislike making this type of videos, which are top 10 lists, that's why there's hardly any on my entire channel. Maybe you will see one or two. This video had to be a top 10 type list. Instead, it's got to be top 5 reasons why indie games struggle to make money, or top 5 reasons why indie games fail in making any revenue. Depends what title I feel like doing, but let's get on with the video. Indie games are a beloved part of the gaming community, offering unique experiences and creative perspectives that often differ from mainstream games. However, despite their popularity, many indie games struggle to make money. In this video, I will be exploring the common reasons why indie games fail to generate revenue. Reason number 1. Lack of visibility. Now let me just quickly explain what I mean by that. One of the biggest challenges facing indie developers is getting their games noticed. With thousands of new games being received every year, it can be difficult for indie games to stand up from the crowd. Many indie developers have limited marketing budgets, making it difficult for them to reach a larger audience. In order to overcome this challenge, indie developers need to find a creative way to get their games in front of players, such as through social medias, much like what I'm doing with Paradox Lullaby and what I was doing with Paradox Lullaby and what I'm currently doing with Cyberchase. Influencer marketing, again, the same thing, or community building. Now, I haven't touched so far into community building, but it will be something that I'm looking towards in the future. Reason 2, I'd say, is competition. The gaming market is very competitive, and it can be difficult for indie games to compete with larger, more established games. Indie games often lack the resources and budget to create high-quality graphics, sound, gameplay, and making it difficult for them to compete with mainstream games like AAA games like the new God of War that just came out. Additionally, the rise of free-to-play games has made it even more difficult for indie games to attract players or even make money, as people become more hesitant to pay for games that they've not tried before. Part of the reason why all my games come out as free at first. Now, the third reason I'll say would have to do with the poor quality. Some indie developers release their games before it's fully finished or tested. Trust me, I know this, I've done this before. Which can result in negative player experience. This can hurt sales, as players are unlikely to recommend the game that they found buggy or incomplete. To avoid this, indie developers just need to focus on creating high quality games that provides positive player experience. Now, obviously, I know for a fact that creating a high quality indie game takes a long time, and usually you want to do more than one game in a calendar year, but that's impossible if your quality of your game is at a pretty decent level. So what I would say to actually help with this is to create a sort of like demo, a sort of fully established demo, very short layered game, and see what audience you can attract from that, and then you can just upgrade from there. Again, why all my games will be early access. I've thought about this, guys. I've thought about this, but yeah, I'm just talking out of my behind at this point. So let's move on to the fourth point, which is pricing. Pricing is another major factor that can impact the success in indie games. Setting the price too high can for an indie game can make it less appealing to potential players, while pricing it too low may not generate enough revenue to sustain the development studio. To find the right price for their game, indie developers need to consider the target audience, competition, and the cost of development. I actually want to add more into this. Now, for pricing, this goes back to poor quality and competition. When making a game, generally what I would like to do is make the game free at first. That way I can attract a large enough audience, and then I can make money off that game in different ways. So what I would say for pricing is, if you're an indie developer with a small team or even on your own, is to make the game as free as you possibly can do, and then attract the target audience that you want, and then be able to make revenue of like different streaming sources that are related to the game. To put it that simple, it's a little trade secret of mine. Now you know. Reason 5, I would say, is limited platform reach. Finally, indie games may not be available on everything. They may be limited to the potential audience and revenue. For example, some indie games may be only available on like PC or mobile, while others may not be available on popular gaming consoles like PlayStation or Xbox. To maximize their potential, put your games out on as much things that you can afford to put them out on. The biggest low cost to high value revenue, low cost to high return platforms will be mobile platforms, which are reaching on iOS and the Android Google Play Store. If you can release a game on both of those, you'll be able to gather up a decent amount of audience. Now, in conclusion, indie games are a valuable part of the gaming community, but they are often face significant challenges in making money. By understanding the common reasons why indie games fail to generate revenue, indie developers can take steps to overcome these challenges. Now, I've gave you a few things one can do if they are indie developer in order to make the money back from the money you've put into the game, because we all know it's kind of not possible to make the game completely without putting some sort of revenue in. So you just need to find a way to get your money back and then some. But that is all I have to say. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for the insane support I'm getting on all my social platforms. I am working very hard to get this game out as soon as I possibly can be. I'm not putting a date to it, but when the trailer drops, you know that the game is coming real soon. Anyways, thank you again for watching. Peace.